find yourself in this situation? How did you become homeless?
Became homeless about 4 years ago. And I had moved out. I was living with somebody and things got abusive. And I was like, I couldn't stay there anymore. And I had to go out and just start going around, walking around, trying to find a place to live. And then I tried to go with my family and live with them for a while and try to work it out. But it just, they're having problems. They don't have the money. They don't have, they're taking care of their families. They're taking care of everything that they got to take care of.
What would give you hope and make you feel like you could get out of the situation and have a home again?
Some kind, anything where like other people are going through the same situation would help, where we can get help but still feel like we're doing something to help back.
So what's the hardest part for you of being homeless? What's the most difficult
The hardest
thing?
part is being outside and being on the streets, walking place to place and not knowing where you go sleep night by night. And it's cold out there. And sometimes when it's raining, you're stuck in the rain, and you can't take and carry everything with you. And they see me get walking up and down the highway, and I have to go back and forth. Try to go to the stores or try to see where I can stay or just, And even like the shelters and stuff, I don't know where all the shelters are. I'd rather get better and be able to do something so that I can support myself and try to help out and take care of myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to rely on everybody else. Being out there so long, I had gotten sick. Catching the buses and being out in the weather because it was cold or rainy, hot, and you went through all the different changes, and you're out there on waiting for the buses for an hour or 2 hours. Weekends it's 2 hours to wait for a bus, so you end up getting sick.
Your grandparents raising your grandchildren, right?
Yes.
That would be Leslie and Tishana?
Tishana.
Tishana? Yes. Okay. Could you tell us how this happened to you as a family?
For the last, say, 6-7 months, I haven't had the business, and we just ended up losing the house.
This just happened, losing your home after the business failed?
Yeah, we're in the process. Actually, came from the storage unit before we came here because we're moving stuff out of the house. We had to be out by Monday.
Finding a home is so difficult right now that once we leave the house Monday, most likely we'll be sleeping in our van, unless we have someone that would, reach out and help us as far as helping us. If we go into a motel, the money we have saved for the deposit will be gone. So it's like a catch-22.
Yes.
Either you go and you stay in a hotel, use up the money you have put aside for a security deposit, or you sleep in your vehicle. Though my major concern is my grandchildren. My husband and myself, we'll rough it if we have to, but my grandkids, they don't deserve it. It's gotten to the point where I've, really tried to skirt around the issue, but now that they see the boxes, the totes, and everything in the house, now it's real for them. Now They know where we're going to go. Are we going to have a house when we come home from school? Are we going to move? Are we going to be this place? Or do I have to change schools? The most difficult part right now is when you tell someone that you're going to be homeless. I mean, not even that you're homeless yet, but that you're going to be homeless. They change their attitude towards you because they think homeless people are freeloaders. They don't pay their bills, and the reason why you're homeless is because you didn't do this or you didn't do that. I hope that everyone out there listens and observes it. And they never know. The person sitting beside them could be on the verge of homelessness.
John, you've been in this part of the woods for 7 years. You've been on the street for 14 years. And addiction was the start of that. How do you see turning this thing around so that you're no longer living like this?
Jobs would work. Right now, I work off and on, under the table, and I'm trying to get my SSI because I can't really work. I used to build townhouses. I can't do it no more. I know a lot of contractors, and there's not a lot of work going on.
What's the hardest part for you, the most difficult thing about living like this in the woods?
If you want the honest answer, missing everything that I had. That's all I can say about that. I try to help myself, and if somebody else needs help that's in these woods, I'll give the coat off my back here, man. It's freezing.
I got married when I was 30 years old, 31 years old. We had an apartment. I had a good job. Far away, it was 70 miles away, Perth Amboy. It was hard on my wife. We had a small one and another one on the way. We rented a house with a two-purchase option, which I jumped on. Well, about a year and a half later, still working, and sometimes company credit cards, staying in Woodbridge, New Jersey, not seeing her for a week on end. It got hard on her. We ended up ultimately splitting permanently about 11 years later. I was handling my own situation, working, had steady jobs, economy closed a lot down. My health went sour. Bad blood pressure, congestive heart, COPD, crushed discs. I have a titanium leg. Eventually I was not able to work. I had to go to social services, the welfare system. I received welfare. A lifetime limit is 5 years. They did house me. I was housed here for over 5 years, probably 7 years. Now I get $9.86 a month. I pay child support arrears and still support a 16-year-old daughter of the 3 daughters. After all is said and done, I end up with $408 a month. Social services is exhausted. Salvation Army is exhausted. Emergency call numbers are exhausted. I am only here in this motel room right now because of Pastor Tom. I don't know where I'll be tomorrow. Trees are not comfortable. I have property scattered to and fro from moving here, staying there for 3 days, staying there for 2 days. I have nothing anymore except what I carry with me, basically.
Bill, let me ask you this.
Yes.
At this point, after going through so much, where do you find hope for turning this around, finding your own home again? What plan, if any, do you have?
If there's any help out there, I'm open. I am open.
What's for you the most difficult part about being homeless for you?
There are no services to help me. I received $408. There are waiting lists at disabled homes. I have applications in. There are waiting lists. Like the nearest waiting list, I'm a year down the list on. People have to die. And I don't wish this on anybody. That's God's choice.
But the red tape is exasperating.
I'm done the red tape. I called Salvation Army last night. I told them I'm homeless again. Well, where'd you go last night? I said, a different phone number and emergency services. I think Catholic Charities placed me for one night. Mm-hmm. She said, well, we can't help you if you're going to be homeless after tomorrow night. Now, tomorrow, I know not where I'm going. I don't care. God will provide. But it would be nice, it would be nice to have a home, an address. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'll be. I don't know if I'll die. But if I do, I'm going to God's kingdom, and I know it. I know it. I truly believe it.
I think we're done.
The issues brought out during these interviews are complex ones, but
It's not hopeless. You can make a difference. You can help. There's an ever-growing team doing just that. Citizens for Serving the Homeless is a group that's been working very hard to gain your support through your greater awareness. Professionals volunteering their time, coming from many different disciplines, all trying a more holistic approach. We've researched, traveled to see the best models in this country for transformational services all on one site. I encourage you to take incremental steps into action. Come to us with your ideas, your energy, your passion for helping your neighbor, those who find themselves homeless. Thank you.